Welcome to the House of War. Today on Breaking Chains, we're going to meet with our president and founder, Becky McDonald, in one of her sacred spaces in war. Becky, we're in 55 countries. Can you tell me about, including the US, can you tell me about this sacred space?
Sure. Years ago, over a decade ago, we received a phone call when our office was tiny and we were up on the north side of town from Homeland Security. They were looking for a 6-month-old pay-per-view of a live feed of a 6-month-old being attacked. And we had just rescued a 1-month-old, sold at 2 weeks old. And I learned from them that in this country, in the land of the free, we have 300,000 minors, our own children, every year who are at risk of human trafficking and sexual slavery. American citizens with constitutional rights. In fact, we had a woman run into our offices up there looking for safety and rescue. We've had women run into this building and into our stores, and we can't pat them on the head, send them back out on the street and say, we're a headquarters for 55 countries and back out on the street with you. We had to step into this issue in this country. This place that to me is sacred space. It's my favorite spot in the building. It hides upstairs on the top floor of this big building. And right here, we're in the kitchen of the U.S. Training Center. We began taking women from the United States and West Michigan. We have processed 108 women and children in this area alone. And right now we are in the kitchen where we teach them how to cook food and make nutritional meals. Once a month we have Table of Nations where we share food together with staff and the women here. And honestly, this kitchen is nicer than my kitchen. And I'm going to take you on a tour in a minute around the building and just show you around this floor and show you where they work.
Well, that was very wonderful. Now, can you tell us a story about who has been helped in this space?
Yes, when I started doing outreach in West Michigan, I met a woman who bonded to me, and we are best friends today. I met her in her place of horror and brokenness, and I offered her a way out. I told her, I don't really know what this looks like in America. I've been rescuing, we have safe houses around the world, but if you come, I rolled a bracelet off my arm onto hers and said, I have all brothers, I need a sister. I will help you figure this out, when I learned that she hated her life. And she showed up the next day and we talked, and I tried for 3 hours to write a resume for a woman who had only ever known the abuse of a strip club and rape in the military. And there was nothing I could say. I finally looked at her and said, do you want to make jewelry? And she said, what? I said, well, overseas, that's what we do. And I said, we have a kitchen. I'll kick the staff out of the staff kitchen. And that's where we started the U.S. Training Center before we moved it up to this beautiful space. And interestingly, the programs of war, the oldest programs of war began at my kitchen table years ago overseas with my children playing on the floor with the children of the women I was helping. And so as we raised money, we have no debt. We finished the space and it is sacred ground. And we are standing in this kitchen area and we'll show you more of the area, but today we have processed over 108, as I said. And the fun thing about Dee's story is she became our first jeweler. And I was speaking at Quantico to the Marine General's annual conference, and their wives were shopping and they were fighting over one pearl necklace. All our pearls are real. And I came back here and sat down in this room by Dee, and I said, girlfriend, most powerful men in the Marine Corps' wives are fighting over the work of your hands. And she jumped up, ran around that table and sang a song. That is authentic, genuine dignity. I can tell somebody till I'm blue in the face that they have worth and dignity. But when people fight over the work of their hands, they're artisans. And she can go home and tell her daughter or her son or her children, your mama is an artisan. And so our passion here is to create a safe place and give voice to these women and let them find their way and work and have healing with wraparound services. And one of my passions ever since I was a little girl and my girlfriend was raped, fought back, and had acid poured down her throat to take her voice away forever, is to give voice to the silence. And Dee is one of the 3 survivors that are on this CD called Voices of War, I took them to Reba McEntire's studio, and they either wrote their own songs or picked their own songs, and it's great. She has the voice of an angel. And it's just one of those things we do for our women to help them rebuild their life and find their voice, whether it's jewelry or sewing or whatever, while they put their life back together and find the job of their dreams. I'm standing in a portion of the U.S. Training Center that is actually a conference room. It's where we hold our Table of Nations luncheon, but it also serves as a conference room. We've hosted 5 or 6 State Department delegations that have been sent here from multiple countries, and these doors actually close or open so that you can have a banquet, or you can open it and have a food buffet there. And so this is one corner of the U.S. Training Center that we use on a regular basis. Right now, this room is kind of cleared out. During the day, we have tables in here everywhere where the women can work from, and you see the black cabinets where each woman can lock her stuff in a cabinet and have her own safe space. But we've designed this room so the tables can be rolled out and a conference can be rolled in, or a banquet, or whatever we need the space to be. And so that makes it multi-purpose. So one of the things about how we designed this U.S. Training Center is we have a back entrance so that our women can come in from the back. If they want, they can come in the front door, the side door. But if they're having a bad day, if they need a quick break, if they want out, there's a back entrance here that is beautiful. And I am so proud of this entrance because it's pretty, and our women deserve the best. They are daughters of God, and we want to treat them with elegance and dignity and restore to them what has been taken. Because we've designed this space to have multi-purpose, we can hold staff meetings in here, we can have our Christmas tea and banquet in here. We have had survivors in here who are ballerinas, who have done ballet for us. And so this is just a great space for us to be able to show video of our trips and have staff meetings and use it for multiple purposes. One of our goals eventually when we have our emergency shelter is to move all of our spa products out of this space. We used to make it in the kitchen and it just made a mess. And so tucked away, hidden in this room, which will eventually be something else and is unfinished, is where we make the spa products, and we've ventilated it and done all that we need to do. But it's really nasty in here. And so we just want you to know this is where your spa products are being made by American rescued and at-risk women. And as you see, the little cabinets here, each of them have their own cabinet, so they have their own space and privacy every day that they come here to a safe place.
Becky, thank you so much for the tour. Can you tell us about some of the products we have displayed today?
Sure, they're all made right here in this U.S. Training Center, made by Americans, made in America, made in Michigan for you Michiganders. And it's our wellness spa line. So we have candles, incredibly scented candles. We have lotion that you can use. We have these incredible soaps that are in the shape of the palm for Michigan and both Michigan State and U of M. My husband's a Michigan State graduate with a PhD, my brother U of M, and my father-in-law Ohio State, so we have quite the competition going on. And then you see other soaps there, so right now with all of the hand washing that we have to do, instead of buying soap at the grocery store, buy soap made by American rescued and at-risk women. You see bath salts, you see chapstick, and then you see one of my favorite pieces of jewelry. We have many pieces of jewelry made up here in this room, but the Baroque pearls are really in right now. In fact, you're wearing one. They each have different colored satin ribbons that they hang from, but it's a real pearl with crystals hanging from it, with the Baroque earrings that you're also wearing. And those are made right here in this room by our rescued American and at-risk American women.
So Becky, what are we featuring today?
Well, today we're featuring the necklace that I'm wearing, and also the earrings. Now my daughter would be proud of me because I didn't go matchy-matchy. I like matchy-matchy, so I prefer the earrings that match this little circle. To me, this represents the circle of protection, and the fact that there's a pearl. We all know how the pearl is made. It is that little clam attacked in the ocean, and it can do one of two things. It can fight it and be a mutant, or it can wrap it in layers of beauty. And I love to tell our women, you're like the pearl. Life attacked you, and you had two choices. You can be a mutant, just as we're going through this epidemic, this worldwide global epidemic, we can react one of two ways. We can fight it, and we all know people who just fight, and they never really take that opportunity, the silver lining here, to wrap it in layers of beauty, spending time with our families, spending time at home, doing all those projects that we've put off anyway. So I love the pearl because it represents our women. And so that tiny little circle, golden circle of protection that surrounds that pearl, to me epitomizes that we are a circle of protection to those women who have taken the attack in their life and chosen to wrap it with layers of beauty and become a beautiful pearl. Now, my earrings are different, but I'm a matchy boomer, so I would go for the matching set, but we have many others, but they're made right here by artisans in this safe place, inside our building, in this place called the US Training Center.
Thank you, Becky. Thank you for watching. Now I need you to go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share on Facebook, and comment below so you can be entered into the drawing to win the necklace that Becky is wearing. Now from our house to yours, this means war.